STIHL Timbersports Canada is brought to you by Big Green Egg, the ultimate cooking experience. Johnsonville. Discover the great taste of Johnsonville. London Tourism. Can't wait to see you. Timber Watches. Official timekeeper of STIHL Timbersports Canada. John Deere. Nothing runs like a deer. STIHL Motomix. Official fuel of STIHL Timbersports Canada. And by Elan Dance Art Studio.
Hey folks, Sabrina Pearson here, host of the STIHL Timbersports series, and this week we've got lots of action for you. We've got the top rookie men and the top professional women from across Canada. They will battle it out to make their way to the podium. It's all coming up next on the 2016 STIHL Timbersports Canadian Championships. The City of London has been known as the Forest City since 1855, when it was described literally as a city built in the middle of a forest. That alone makes it the perfect location to host the STIHL Timbersports 2016 Canadian Championships. Located right between Toronto and Detroit and only 1 hour from the U.S. border, this city of 366,000 people offers more than just its lush forests. London is well known to be a city bustling with students, and for good reason. Located in the heart of London, Ontario is Western University, one of the top-ranked universities in Canada. Built in 1878, Western University is home to 30,000 undergraduate students. Additionally, London also boasts one of the top-rated business schools in the world, the Richard Ivey Business School. Established in 1922 and with an alumni of 25,000, the Ivey Business School has 1,500 graduates every year. Ontario's largest community college also calls London home, Fanshawe College. Serving over 40,000 students in the classroom, Fanshaw's claim to fame is the employment success rate. With over 200 programs, 90% of Fanshaw's graduates find work within the first 6 months. Both Western University and Fanshawe College are known for more than just their academics. Both post-secondary facilities have prominent athletic departments, the Fanshawe Falcons and the Western Mustangs. Now let's get back to more STIHL Timbersports action.
My name is Stephanie No, and I'm from Brigham, Quebec. So to practice for the championship, I try to train at least 3 to 4 times a week. And for the last week, right before competition, I've trained pretty much every day.
My name's Morgan Roggeveen from Cornwall, Prince Edward Island, and I've been competing in timber sports now for 6 years. I got started in timber sports through my university, University of New Brunswick, Fredericton. I joined, I never looked back, and ended up coaching and competing there for the last 2 years, and we won 2 national titles.
I'm Thomas Henderson. I come from Riverjohn, Nova Scotia, and I've been competing in the STIHL Timbersports for 2 years. To give myself an edge, there ain't really that much different from anyone else. There's not that much more I could do other than set my mind right. Just make sure I'm in the zone and try not to get too worked up. Keep my head to me.
With our STIHL Timbersports athletes coming together from across Canada, let's visit with our 2015 Women's Champion, Janet Walker.
My name is Janet Walker. I'm from Truro, Nova Scotia, and I've been competing in the Timbersports series since its inception. I started at Nova Scotia Agriculture College, which is now Dalhousie, and we have a college team. I love living on the East Coast. I grew up in New Brunswick, and I have moved to Truro for university, and then I stayed on and took a job in Truro. It's nice to have access to the nature and the not quite as fast-paced as Central Canada or the rest of Canada. These events fit really well into my lifestyle or what I do back home. I'm a teacher and I have the summers off, so in the summer I try to be as active as I can. To compete in a series where it's just me, where I don't have teammates to rely on, I have to go as hard as I physically can and be ready to go when it's go time and relax when it's not. My favorite event is the underhand chop, because there's just like the raw power that you get to put into the swings as you're chopping through the block. The adrenaline rush, it's awesome. I have been preparing for the championship by going to competitions both locally on the East Coast and going to one in Quebec and one in the States. On my off time when I'm not competing, I do CrossFit because it's very similar in that you go in and you compete against yourself, just like in STIHL Timbersports when we compete against ourselves out there on the chopping and sawing stage. I try to stay relaxed and try to joke with other competitors, and the camaraderie between the athletes is definitely my favorite thing. To believe in myself. It's a mindset. I've worked hard. I want to walk out this evening with that trophy and that honor.
Don't go anywhere, folks. Right after the break, we have this country's best STIHL Timbersports women and rookie athletes who are going to try to chop and saw their way to the top in this year's 2016 STIHL Timbersports Canadian Championship. In the underhand chop, athletes will stand on top of a 13-inch round wooden block and cut the log in half by chopping it from both sides. Athletes carefully draw 45-degree angled lines, which they use as guides, to efficiently cut through the block in as little time as possible. Each hit comes very close to the athlete's lower extremities, and therefore they use a protective steel mesh sock to prevent the axe from cutting their feet or ankles. This is one of many safety precautions taken in STIHL Timbersports.
We will begin with the women's division, and starting off for Heat 1, we've got Jessie Swinemer and Caitlin Carroll. Let's hear it for these ladies. So they will be setting up. If you've never seen underhand chop, they will be chopping through some aspen wood today. This discipline simulates cutting up a felled tree.
Athletes ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, both ladies sort of even keel on the wood getting into it. Caitlin Carroll looks like she's really hammering away at those chips there. Jessie's looking like she's got a tough block there that she's working on. But it looks like Caitlin Carroll, she's got the upper hand. She's first to turn. If you're wondering about these crayon marks on the block these ladies have to hit, these are 45-degree angled marks that the ladies want to hit because it will help them sever this block much faster. And there you go. There you have it. Caitlin Carroll from Truro, Nova Scotia. Let's put your hands together, folks, for Allison Briscoe from Port McNeill, British Columbia, and as well from British Columbia. Put your hands together for Anita Jeswowski. Anita on stand 2, first into the block. She is a right-handed chopper, and we've got Allison. She is left-handed on stand 1. Allison having a little struggle there. She's got some wood that's sticking to her axe there. Anita looks like she's feeling really comfortable into this block. She is really pulling a huge reach as she's chopping into her block here. Anita turning already on her block. And there Allison goes, turning at the 30-second mark on her block. Anita just doing a great job destroying this log. She does have a back injury. There it is. Unofficial time, 55 seconds. Not bad there for having a back injury. All right, how do these ladies stack up? Well, one is a fierce farm girl with all the makings of a champion. The other is your current champion. It is time now to bring out on stand one, Stephanie No from Brigham, Quebec. Stephanie pulled an upset at her very first STIHL Timbersports qualifier in Moncton, taking first place over your current defending champion. Here she is now. Put your hands together on stand two, your Canadian champion, Janet Walker.
3, 2, 1.
And this is going to end very quickly here. Stephanie No on stand one is your current record holder in Canada with a time of 32:50. Janet Walker giving her a run for her money. The champ is here and she wants to defend that title. Stephanie B. No having a stumble on her block, almost having a little fall off there, and a little stick into the log by Stephanie B. No as well. Stephanie turned to the front side, the back side already. Both ladies have turned now. Oh, and the stumble off of her block again, trying to hold her balance on those footholds. These ladies are wearing steel mesh chainmail protection on their lower extremities. It is a dangerous sport. Janet Walker actually did injure herself just about 4 weeks ago in this event. And you gotta wonder if that has any effect on her, but it does not look like it is today. The champ is really trying to push through these tough logs today, and it is Stephanie B. No at a time of 1:06.
Make sure to stay tuned after the break, folks. We've got lots more chopping and sawing action coming your way. Hey, welcome back, folks. It's time now to check in with our official STIHL Timbersports scoreboard to see how our athletes are stacking up.
Put your hands together for Tyler Tukendorf from Peterborough, Ontario. This is Tyler's first appearance at the Canadian Championships and his last year in the rookie division.
Underhand chop, it's my favorite event. There is quite a bit of technique to it, whether it's keeping the pattern that you put your hits in, whether it's doing your turn from your front side to your back side quickly and efficiently and being able to line up that second hit on that turn.
Help him out, folks, because this is hard to do when you are just competing against yourself and the clock. But it looks like Tyler is doing just fine as he is putting some big hits into his log right now. And he turns to the other side at 22 seconds. Keep it going for Tyler Tukendorf from Peterborough, Ontario. And it is really, really tough wood today. And there it is, 57-75 for Tyler Tukendorf from Peterborough. Heat 2, we've got 4 heats today on stand 1. Put your hands together for Thomas Henderson. And on stand number 2 from Port McNeill, British Columbia, put your hands together for Thomas Simons. All right, it looked like a mirror image into the wood today by both Thomases here. Henderson on stand 1, looking like he's hitting his marks. This is something that he is really focusing on. If you'll notice that he is trying desperately to keep his feet angled there. That is something that he has been working on. Over on stand 2, though, Simons, he's looking like he's got his axe sticking a little bit into the wood. Doing a good job putting some big hits in. Both guys having a hard time. Oh, Henderson's struggling. These footholds, telling you, if they are not flat and even, a lot of these athletes are having a hard time keeping their balance today. It doesn't help that this aspen is really, really hard today. That's right. Let's keep it going for these guys. Henderson looked like he's just got a late surge of energy there. He is really driving. Oh, and it looks like Henderson on stand 1, he cut through his log, but it does appear that he has a broken dog on the side. This stand that the log is positioned into, on the side that the logs stick into, that's called a dog, and it looks like his is broken there. We're gonna have a look here from Jonathan Russell, one of our official judges here.
Thomas on this side had a good cut. Unfortunately, Thomas on this side cut through his foot hole. That is a DQ.
There you have it. That is a tough break there for Thomas Simons from Port McNeill, British Columbia. You cannot cut through those footholes. On stand 1, put your hands together for Morgan Roggeveen. And on stand number 2 from High Level Alberta, Neil McNulty. Mirror image into the wood by both guys. Looks like Morgan is really, he's doing a good job getting some wood off of that log right now. This is actually Morgan's worst discipline, so he says. Both guys going neck to neck. Nobody's turned yet. We're at about the 15-second mark. These guys spend lots of days practicing this event. Morgan actually, he practices this event bucking up trees on practice woods, and there you have it on stand 2. Neil McNulty has turned. Both guys have turned now. Man, it really looks like on stand 1, Morgan is having a hard time on this side. Could be a little bit gassed. Maybe we could help him out a little, folks. Let's hear it for these guys. Let's go. There you go. There's a nice chip coming off there for you, Morgan. And Neil is having a hard time, and he is through. Unofficial time at 1:09 for Neil McNulty from High Level Alberta. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together from Fredericton, New Brunswick. On stand 1, George Williams. And on stand 2, he came all the way from Wellington, PEI. Put your hands together for Brad Barlow.
3, 2, 1, go.
And Brad Barlow on stand number 1, first into the log. Look at the heavy hits coming on stand number 1 by George Williams. He is annihilating this log. Brad Barlow keeping up with him, a strong pace there on stand 2, but it is first to turn on stand 1 for George Williams. George not typically known to be very precise on his hits because he has lots of muscle behind him, but he is hitting his marks, having a stumble, and he is through. Brad right behind him at 38:89, unofficial time. Action this hot, you don't want to miss any more exciting STIHL Timber Sports events. It's all coming up right after the break. Welcome back, folks. Time now to check out our official scoreboard and see who's in the lead for those coveted steel points.
The standing block chop simulates the cutting down of a tree with an axe. Competitors will aim to cut through the log using 45-degree angled marks that they will use as guides. If you miss your marks, you're gonna fall behind. Once you chop halfway through your block, you'll switch sides and complete your cut. Competitors are required to use a minimum of 6 nails at the top of the log on each side, which keeps the log in one piece and avoids a big slab of wood coming off, forcing the athlete to cut through the complete block. Time stops when the block is severed from both sides.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Thomas Simons from Port McNeill, British Columbia. He is going to go solo here on stand number 1. Let's keep it going here for Thomas Simons. It is hard to do a heat all by yourself. That's right, make some noise for Thomas Simons from Port McNeill, British Columbia. He looks like he's putting in some good hits. He was getting his footing down here before he entered his block here. Moving to the other side there. He needs to pick up the pace if he really wants to get a good time here today. Come on, Thomas, you can do this. Let's go. He's got to make some really deliberate hits. And there you go. Tugendorf on 1, Henderson on 2. It was Henderson first into the block. And it looks as though Henderson is actually doing really good hitting his marks. He's got some good slabs coming off there, but it is those strong blows on stand 1 by Tyler Tugendorf This is where he is really strong. Henderson all ready to turn to the other side. Could be premature, not sure about that. We'll see how he makes out there. Tukendorf now on the other side. Once again, folks, accuracy and pure brute strength will get them through this block. Couple more blows there on stand number 2 for Henderson. And there it is, Henderson. Put your hands together for Morgan Roggeveen from Fredericton, New Brunswick. And he's up against Brad Barlow from Wellington, PEI. Mirror image into the wood once again. It is actually Roggeveen that is giving Brad Barlow a run for his money on this event. Brad's axe is working really good for him, though it is moving some wood nicely off of that block. He's turning to the other side already, getting his footing. Nicely done by Brad Barlow, 39.07. On stand 1, George Williams.
I've been training pretty steady the last 3 or 4 months and getting a lot of training wood and doing a lot of practicing with Rod Cumberland and Marcel, trying to get my technique 100%.
On stand number 2, put your hands together. He's from High Level, Alberta, Neil McNulty. Watch the big blows coming from stand number 2 and George Williams. It looks as though it's equally matched by Neil McNulty on 1. That is impressive. Neil has only been training in this event for 1 year, but it is George Williams with those big blows on the front side. There we go, he is already turned. That's to be expected. He is letting the axe do the work. His hips are twisting. His whole body is into it and not just his arms. He has got one of the most impressive swings here out of the rookie division. And just probably one more blow, and there it is for George Williams on stand number 2. Unofficial time, 40:58. Well done.
All right, another chopping event is in the bag. It's time now to check out our official scoreboard and see how our athletes are doing.
Make sure to join us next week as we wrap up the Rookie and Women's 2016 STIHL Timbersports Canadian Championship.